स्वामी नित्यनाम नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्देशतारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरा भक्त वृंद जय श्री चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे దయచేసి అందరూ పాడండి. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण अपना कल ये ना Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ke, Srila Prabhupada Ke, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripadamaham vande Sri Gurudinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyeshwaram Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasandubhyevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. His Grace Navina Prabhu ki. So we're very happy to have Navina Prabhu with us. He's in the movement for more than 4 decades, and I born in the same year as he came to Krishna consciousness, 1984, and he is a pioneer in book distribution. I was talking to Navina Prabhu like few weeks back. He was in Ukraine distributing Bhagavatam sets while the bombs were blowing in Ukraine. He goes to places where there's like distributing books in Hyderabad is much easier for all of us. A lot of people respect and say Hare Krishna. But he goes to places where the people really looking for books, and he's been traveling across the globe. He went to many countries. He knows many languages. He knows many techniques, right from Hollywood to Bollywood. He has been to all the countries. So very, very fortunate Navina Prabhu is being part of us. And he actually took time to come and give the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And he also wrote recently a wonderful book. We're going to have a book stall on the backup. The book is his experience.
Better in the front, better right here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we have only few copies books, and he's going to give his lifetime experience to all of us. So we're very fortunate to have him. So let's welcome. This is Prabhupada's temple. Prabhupada came here many times. This Prabhupada's, Prabhupada said it's my kitchen, Hyderabad. So let's welcome Navina Prabhu loudly chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Devotees can come forward. Koncham munduku raavachu if anybody likes to.
Prabhupada said, Hyderabad is my kitchen.
Yeah, that's I heard. Bombay is my office.
Yeah.
Mayapur is my bhajan place. Yeah. And Prabhupada said we should distribute widely Harinam and Prasadam in Hyderabad.
Wow, wonderful.
Anybody can cook Prasadam, that's Prabhupada said. Great. So any Telugu translation is going on? Telugu? Hindi? Venugopal Prabhu? Some Telugu translation. అందరికి ఇంగ్లీష్ వచ్చా ఇక్కడ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఎవరికి ఇంగ్లీష్ రాదు?
They could do it simultaneously, not in different corners.
Yeah. వస్తుంటారు. సో తెలుగు ట్రాన్స్లేషన్
ప్రభు హరే కృష్ణ మీరు తెలుగు ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేయగలుగుతారా? చేయలేరు.
Which corner? Where is Telugu?
ఇస్ గ్రేస్ మురళీ వినోద్ ప్రభు తెలుగు ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ చేస్తున్నారు. తెలుగు ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేసే వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడ? రైట్ సైడ్ లాస్ట్ ఎక్కడ? సో హిందీ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ వచ్చేసి డోర్కి లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్లో, డోర్కి రైట్ సైడ్లో, యాక్చువల్లీ మాకు లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్లో సంపత్ ప్రభు ఉన్న దగ్గర. హిందీ వచ్చేసి సంపత్ ప్రభు ఉన్న దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళండి, అక్కడ హిందీ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ అవుతుంది.
How long? 2 hours? Yes. We can go to 1:15. Including books or no? Excluding books. Okay. We can take books and signs. Yeah. So till like 1:45. Yeah. So basically we got an hour. Yes. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Srila Prabhupada ke, Harinam Sankirtan ke. So, Brihad Mridanga means the big drum. The Mridanga, you can hear it for 1 or 2 blocks. But the Brihad Mridanga, the printing press, you can hear it all around the world. Many of you are working for tech companies, and you're working with different time zones, with different teams in different parts of the world, right? So, Hyderabad is on the map. Direct flights to many countries. Why? Because there is a connection. So, we want this chanting of Hare Krishna to reverberate all throughout the world. Okay? And how do we do that? Not by screaming louder, but by propagating the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by sharing the message of Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita with the world, because that will have lasting impact. If you do your podcast or your social media, how long people pay attention? How long? Not long, right? Because scrolling, right? It's coming and going. Yeah, it's not long. It just doesn't stay. But if they have a book, it will stay. I'll tell you a little story. My friend, Sarvatma, is from Argentina. But his guru, Pritivardanam Maharaj, was in the US. He was sick. So he asked his disciple to come to US to serve him. Now, how easy is it to get visa for US? How easy? Have you tried? Impossible, exactly. So he went to embassy and he got rejected. He went in pant and shirt. He got rejected. Next day he went again in dhoti kurta. And he said, I want to speak to the ambassador. So the lady came and she asked him, okay, too much troop movement. All right, just put it here. Yeah, just put it and it's good. It's all right. Otherwise people, they watch you. Yeah, just put him up. So the ambassador came and she asked him, what do you want? And he said, yesterday, one of your less intelligent bureaucrats, he rejected my application. But little did he know that I don't want to go to US like other people, for job, for making money. I want to go there for seva because my guru needs my help. So she said, so you're not going to disappear and just start working and making money and like that? He said, no, we're missionaries. We're coming and going, and we're just doing this to expand the mission. So she thought for a while, and then she said, okay, I'll give you visa. You can go. And as she got up from the table, she leaned over, and you have to understand, she's the top dog. She's the top American in the whole country. There is secretaries, there is Marines, military. So she leaned over the table and she told him, I read Prabhupada's Gita. Can you reach the American ambassador here in Hyderabad? No, you can't. But the books can. The books can. You can't. So the books can go places we cannot go. Okay? You want to spread a message? Books. I built a school in Mayapur 30 years ago. It's a miracle that it happened. West Bengal was communist for almost 4 decades. You heard of Jyoti Basu? Yeah? You heard. Now, how many communists came from Russia to West Bengal? How many? Back in the day, 0. 0, nobody. But they would print literature in every language in India. Only 2 places actually took to it, West Bengal and Kerala. They went into it, and a few a little bit. but mainly these two. Literature. That's why governments, they try to control information. They try to control what's being taught in the schools, what's in the books, what's in the media. That's where they want to control. If there's a revolution, where they go first? The TV stations, the newspaper houses. That's the nerve center. So, we're not so worried about who owns which land or which building. We're interested in who owns the intellectual capacity, who is possessing people's minds. Bengalis were obsessed with communism for 4 decades. They were anti-development, anti-foreign influence, anti-everything. And it took a long time before Mayapur could actually start developing as such. So, that's just a little context. I know history is not on your menu because you're in engineering, right? You learn other things. But it's good to have a little context. So, you want to have impact, you got to get into education, you got to get into books. That's where you have impact. Same thing. You're in Calcutta Airport. I was just there 2 days ago. You meet people from Tripura, Nagaland, all these places. 90+% Christian. Why? Because they've been preaching, they've been distributing a lot of literature. They also put crores and crores and crores into schools, churches, hospitals, jobs, like that. So invest into education and you will have lasting impact. Now, if you just want to make a splash, okay, you use some of your CSR money. You know CSR? And you do a little goody-goody work here and there. You post a few pictures. We're the nice guys. But it's not a lasting thing, okay? You want to do something that has magnitude, that has long stemming effect. You have to invest in the education. And education means books. Books. Because you and me, we're gone tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, Tirupati. Day after, Mumbai. Then Pune. Then Delhi. Then Calcutta. Tomorrow we're gone. But the books, they stay. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in his logo, he had the printing press. In his main temples, he had a printing press opposite the deities. These were old printing presses, you know, not digital, not offset. It was this chicka chicka chunk, chicka chicka chunk, chicka chicka chunk, chicka chicka chunk. Have you seen? My grandfather used to work in one of those. He was a typesetter. He was composing pages with lead. You know these little toothpicks with letters on them? And of course he got cancer and he died from that because he was constantly working with that. So, books. You see that picture of Brahma and Krishna on Brahma Samhita? Can you visualize that picture? What's Lord Brahma holding in his hand? A book. Where did he get the book from? From Krishna. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adhikavaye Moyanti Atsurya. Chatushloki. Krishna spoke to him, the essence, because he's so highly intelligent. His whole body is intelligence. 4 shlokas, enough. He got the job. All clear. Okay. Oh yeah. For us, 16,000 verses. And still not clear. In other planets, they have hundreds of thousands of verses. So, we're very fortunate we have this knowledge. Very fortunate. But you know what? You can have all the books in the world in your library. If you don't read them, you might as well be illiterate. It looks good in your Zoom calls that you have a big library behind you. People think, wow, what a scholar. He has so many books. But you know, you can just put a backdrop. You can just put it as your, as your backdrop. So if we don't read the books and we don't apply ourselves, how much difference does it make? I had the great fortune of being trained in the 80s. We did not have any choices. Now you have so many choices, right? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? And many options. I was very fortunate. There was only one option. Harinam Sankirtan. Now you can do whatever you want, right? How would you like to serve Krishna? So, and sometimes too many options means too much distraction, too much unclear. So you have to have focus. Right now I see a ton of potential, but not that much focus. Because too many things that are taking up your bandwidth. You know, CPU, it's getting too much absorbed in different things. Yes, there is noise, there is distractions, there's a lot of things going on. But we have to focus. We have to focus. So this parampara, we're the parampara of the book. Each and single, every one of our acharyas was into books. Everyone. Nana shastra vicharanaika nipuno sadharma samstapako lokanam hitakarino tribhuvane manyaksharanyakaro. Hare Krishna padaravinda bhajane. I just got off a plane, you know. My shloka memory is still a little... So the Goswamis, they were ordered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to excavate holy places and to systematically format this Vedic wisdom into literature so that people could actually access it. Have you tried to read Veda? Have you tried to read Veda? Anybody? Rajur Veda, Atharva Veda. Any Trivedis here? Any Chaturvedis? No? Only IT Valas. It's not easy. You read it and there's glorification of Indra, glorification of this one, of that one. So much information. It's like AI. You go on AI. What does AI give you? Data. A lot of data, right? But no Vigyan. No solution. Only data. So, the Goswamis, they went through the whole Vedic canon and they extracted all the portions that are actually relevant for us. And they codified it in a way that it's actually possible to assimilate it for people of this day and age. Before, people were highly intellectual. They would just sit under a tree and Guruji would just download. He would just download. He would just chant. And they got it. Nowadays, if you remember where you live and your PIN code, you're a scholar, right? You're doing good. Because sometimes it's even hard to remember that, right? So, now we have this great opportunity. In Bhaktivinoda Thakur's time, when he came to Bengal, to Mayapur, he could not find Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's just 300 plus years after Lord Chaitanya. No more Chaitanya Charitamrita. He had to go to a village in Orissa to find Chaitanya Charitamrita. A culture is preserved not through laws, not through legislation, not through wars, but through education, mass distribution. It's called broadcasting. You have to cast it in a broad way, this information. Srila Prabhupada said we want every gentleman and lady to have a full set of Srimad Bhagavatam. How many gentlemen and ladies here in Hyderabad? Quite a lot, right? And we should start with our own selves, with our own congregations. How many of you have a full set of Prabhupada's books in your home? Okay, that's about 40%. So there's 60% more to go. Charity starts at home. If even our own members don't have all the books, why? No money, no time, no taste, not available, maybe installment plan, maybe sponsor books. So many options, right? Can we make it happen? Yes, we can. In the service industry, there's only one answer. Yes, we can. Because if you don't do it, the Christians will do it. The Muslims will do it. AI will do it. And what are they going to sell them? You know what they're going to sell them. So we have to use our ingenuity, our God-given faculty for preaching. Otherwise, Maya will take that bandwidth and will use it for other things. So, we want that each and every member of our congregations has a full set of Prabhupada's books. Is that possible? Yes. Are you going to make it happen? Yes. That doesn't sound very convincing. Are you going to make that happen? Yes. Okay, all right. I believe you. You know, to convince the world is easy, but to convince yourself, that's sometimes difficult. Have you noticed? It's sometimes difficult. So that's why I wrote this book, because the teachers that have shared their struggles with me are the ones that I cherish and that are memorable to me. I can't relate to perfection because I'm not there yet, but I can relate to struggle. I worship the Prabhupada who went to Jhansi and failed. I worship the Prabhupada who went to Butler, Pennsylvania, who went to New York, who walked the streets. That's my Prabhupada. That's the Prabhupada I worship. Not the one who is sitting down on the big Vyasasana and doing Ashirvad. No, not that one. That one is good for the people on the street. They're looking for Ashirvad. I'm not looking for Ashirvad. What am I looking for? For somebody who is Acharya, who is showing by his own example, by his own struggle. He was struggling with family. He was struggling with business. Same. I can resonate with that. Huh? But he persevered. He kept going. Why? Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kohe Sudrida Nischoy Krishna Bhakti Koila Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. What does it mean? Krishna's got your back. If you team up with Krishna, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Danurdara, Tatra Sri Vijayobhutir, Dhruvanitir Matir Mama. If you're with Krishna, you're good. No one can touch you. Huh? That's pretty good before lunch, right? But you don't have to just know the shloka. You have to have shraddha. You have to give your heart to that. You have to be convinced of that. One time Prabhupada in Mayapur, he called all the leaders, GBC men, temple presidents, he called them. And he asked them one question. Are you convinced? Everybody was silent. You can't lie to your guru. Huh? Are you convinced? Are you convinced? And the third time he shouted, are you convinced? And everybody was silent. And he said, because if you're not convinced, how are you going to convince anybody? Huh? To convince the world is easy. But to convince yourself is not so easy. Huh? So, I would say, from my assessment, and I have a pretty accurate assessment because I'm an analyst. That's my job. I do 30 to 40 countries a year. And I work with local leaders like Sri Ram Prabhu, like Varada Krishna, like from Pune, the illustrious Radheshyam, like Sitapati Prabhu. I work with them because I really appreciate the service that they're doing, the sacrifice that they're doing. They're not from this place, but they feel strongly about this place. So they're coming here because they see there is tremendous potential and it's been neglected for too long. If you sit on a gold mine, if you find gold in your garden, what do? Do you call the Americans, the Chinese, or the Canadian and you say, hey, we got gold here, come and take it. Give us a few suitcases of cash in bribes. No. What do you do when you find gold in your backyard? Do you get your little shovel and you start digging around? No. What do? You see, that's the difference between management and leadership. Management means doing things right, and leadership means doing the right things. It means vision. Have any one of you studied geology or mining or any of that stuff? No, only IT, right? You want to build big projects, you have to have vision. Where is this going? What are we trying to achieve here? You can't just build, and then you realize this is not going anywhere. This is outdated. This is old. Nobody buys this. And then you lost billions. No. So, what do when you find gold? When you see a great opportunity? You have to assemble a team. Because just having a shovel doesn't do it. You need chemical engineers, mechanical engineers, structural engineers. You need lawyers. You need financiers. You need truck drivers. You need everybody. You need cooks. You need accommodation. And that's why I'm talking to you, because we got everything right here. So, it's a big mission. Prabhupada called it cultural context, cultural conquest. Tadvag visarga janataga viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abadavapyapi namani anantasya yashon kintaniyat shrinvanti gayanti grinanti sadava. Have you heard that shloka before? It's there in every volume of Bhagavatam, right in the preface. And what does Prabhupada say? He says that this message about Krishna is so important that even if it is imperfectly composed, even if the grammar, even if the language is not 100% paka, people who are sadhava, who are virtuous, they're good people, they will appreciate it, they will accept it. And it will cause a revolution in the hearts of misguided civilization. Have you met some misguided people here lately? Anybody? The vast majority, right? Everyone is running here and there and everywhere. And you ask them, my dear sir, where are you going? They say, I don't know. I'm just following the others. I'm just a sheep. You know where sheep end up? They end up in a slaughterhouse. So don't be a sheep. To be independently thoughtful and self-reliant, we have to learn to use our faculties. Otherwise, we'll be a casualty. You'll just be a statistic. You want to end up as a statistic? I just spent 5 years in Bay Area. You know how many engineers that I met that had all kind of health issues at the bright old age of 35 or 37? So you have to find your work-life balance. You have to find your meaning and purpose. Who cares how much money you have if you don't have purpose and meaning? So this is the positive alternative. This is the spiritual revolution, giving people Bhagavatam. So how are we going to do this? Well, we start with ourselves. Okay, are you reading Bhagavatam every day? Shrinvata svakata Krishna punya shravana kirtana hridyantakstohya badrani vidunoti suritsatam. All the abhadras go away. Do you have things that give you pain sometimes in the heart? No? No, Hyderabad, no problem, right? Everybody's shanti hai, huh? Everybody's peaceful, right? Sometimes there is some pain, right? Some difficulty. So all these abhadras will go away if you hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Yatitrante katamrishtas trishnayo prashamo yatra nirvairam yatra bhuteshu nodvego yatra kaschana. All that stuff, kam, krodh, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, it'll go away if you hear Bhagavatam. At least while you're hearing. Do you ever have a problem? If you open Bhagavatam and you read Bhagavatam, problem goes away. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? Krishna Prabhupada gives you the answer to your problem right there in the Bhagavatam. And you go like, wow, how did he know? How did he know? He knows me. Huh? Yeah, because we're not so unique, you know. We're just average. We're just normal people. Okay? There's no scenario that has not been addressed in the Bhagavatam. So you study Bhagavatam and life will be fun and easy. Do you like that? That life will be fun and easy? Hari Hari. Sounds like fun, right? Okay, but you have to get on the mission with Bhagavatam. Then you have Bhagavatam at home, you read Bhagavatam, you live Bhagavatam, and you share Bhagavatam with others. And if people ask you, why are you so chill? Why are you so relaxed? Why are you not doing the stupid things and talking and buying and going to all these stupid places? Why are you not wasting your time and your money? You can say Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam. That's it. Oh, okay. Can I try? Yeah, sure, you can try. Here, take it. Huh? Simple. I was in Berkeley, California, in front of the university. Big school. And I was distributing books. One young man, he said, you already asked me yesterday. Why you ask me again? And I said, you know, you people with the mask, you all look the same. I don't know. You know, I don't remember. He pulled down his mask and he had a big beard. And he said, I'm a Muslim, but you're glowing. You're effulgent. I want what you have. I said, here, take it. It's for you. He paid. He took Gita. Rajavidya Rajaguyam Pavitramidam Utyamam Pratyakshavagam Dharmyam Susukam Kartumavyayam. People don't care how much shloka you memorize. They want to see pratyaksha. What is your susukam kartumavyayam? What is your taste? People always ask me, you're from Switzerland. Why are you coming here? We want to go there. You come here. Something is wrong here. You know? Huh? Why are you doing this? I say, rasam. You heard of rasam? Huh? Do you like rasam? Yes. Bhakti ras. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. And so on. Huh? There's so much taste in Krishna consciousness because I didn't get that taste. I've tried it all till 15. Then I said, okay, boss, no more. Let's change. Doing the same thing and expecting different result is insanity. So you have to give up doing that and look for a different path. So Krishna was very kind. The devotees were very kind. I came to temple, they gave me books. One devotee came, he just handed me beads. He said, you know what this is? I said, no. He said, okay, you start here, you finish here, you go back, you do 4 rounds. I said, sir, yes, sir, I can do that. He didn't ask me, would you like to meditate? Would you like to touch your nose? No. He said, here, for you, chant. I said, okay, I'm doing it. So now you're all trying to become too westernized. You're trying to become too politically correct, too nice. Just be direct. Just tell people. Tamasima Jyotirgama. You're in Maya. Snap out of it. Call your friend in California. Ask him a few questions. He'll tell you about reality of life. So, we have to read the books every day. And then sharing them becomes very easy. Because if you like rasam, how hard is it to give rasam to somebody else? Not difficult, right? You go to your neighbor, you knock at the door. Hey, you say, hey neighbor, we had festival here. I got some nice rasam. I got some nice sweets for you, my friend. Is it hard? No. So that's Sankirtan. Can we put this a little louder so I have to scream less? And because it's a big hall, it's hard to project. Sound comes from everywhere. It's a little weird acoustics in here. I think this is for functions, right? They do weddings here and stuff, or what? Yeah, that's what I thought. So if you marry the Sankirtan mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will never be disappointed. Your husband, your wife, I'm sorry to say, but nobody lives up to the expectations. Because nowadays people want the star and the moon, and everything else. So, you want to not get disappointed, you sign up with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement. And Krishna, he will exceed your wildest expectations. Money back guaranteed from this seminar. So, we have a couple of topics that we wanted to touch upon, and a few of them we have already done so. Guru Nishta is very important. You have to have firm faith that if I follow the instructions of Guru, if I take shelter at Guru Parampara, then I will be empowered. How easy it is to go who were disconnected. Have you met people? Yes, you have, right? They went flat. Why? Because they disconnected. But then you can reconnect. It's possible. So just like now, you're chanting japa, but the mind is wandering, going all over the universe. Does it ever happen? Scrolling, chanting, planning, chanting, making to-do lists and chanting, driving car and chanting, sleeping and chanting, looking at things and chanting. Sometimes you have two people. One person is talking and the other one is chanting japa. And then that person talks and this one is chanting japa. Have you seen? Nice cartoon, right? Looks nice. So, we have to have more focus. Focus. Right now, there's a ton of potential, but you're a little out of focus, a little blurred, a little hazy. How do you gain focus? You have to clear sense of mission, clear sense of purpose, clear sense of goal. Yes, Arjuna saw the eye of the bird. But he also made sure the old people were taken care of. He made sure the ladies were protected. He made sure the schools were good. The economy was running well. People were paying taxes. But his focus was clear. I want that Krishna is happy. Because if Krishna is happy, yata taror mula nisechanena tripyanti tatskanda bujopashaka pranopaharach chayatendriyanam tataiva sarvarhanamachyuteja. Just like by watering the root of the tree becomes healthy. By giving food to the stomach, the whole body gets nourished. If you water the root of existence, achyuta, everybody becomes happy. Have you tried to please people? We all have. Have you succeeded? No, it's not possible. Everybody says, no, you got to do better. Give more. I want more attention. I want more. But Krishna, You just think of him. That's why worshiping Giriraj is not so easy. Because you can't do ritual. You have to have bhav. You know bhav? Huh? Even if you can't do ritual. If you just think of Giriraj and in your heart, you just offer prayers and offer worship. It can be Manasa Puja. Giriraj will say, oh, my devotee, he's thinking of me. How nice. How wonderful. That's why when the altar is closed, normally you don't pay obeisances. Because the Lord is either sleeping, eating, or getting dressed. And then his devotee is paying obeisances and he's thinking, oh, I have to reciprocate. But I'm eating right now. Oh, I'm getting dressed right now. And it's a little awkward. Have you noticed? You're eating and somebody comes and starts asking you questions. Huh? You're taking a shower and somebody says, can I ask you a question? It doesn't work so well, right? So bhakti is sensitivity. So if you just think of Krishna, Krishna, thank you for everything that you have given me. Thank you for everything that you have done for me. And please empower me to share your message with others. Krishna will empower you. But his empowerment comes through Guru Parampara. And if my relationship with Guru is weak, then empowerment will be weak. Have you met people who are in Shantaras with their Guru? Shantaras, you're okay, I'm okay. Huh? You're on the altar, you can look at the food, but, don't get involved in my life. Have you met people like that? No empowerment. Because no strong connection. No strong connection. Srila Prabhupada said, my Gurudev, he left this world many decades ago, but is standing right next to me, watching over my shoulder, looking, how am I doing? Giving me strength, giving me courage, giving me direction. Are you feeling like that about your Gurudev? Or are you thinking, oh, he's not here. He's in Videsh. Oh, he's not coming to my city. He used to come and play with my kids. Now he's not coming anymore. Huh? Vani and Vapu. How long is Vapu? Very short. We have to buy into the Vani, into the mission. You heard of Bajaj Industries? You've seen a few rickshaws? Yeah? So the Bajajas, they were up in Rishikesh when Prabhupada was there. And they were asking him, how will your movement go on? Who will be your successor? Bhakti Chirumaj pushed the recording button. So we have it. And Prabhupada said, whoever follows my instruction is my successor. Vani Seva. Vani Seva. Are we following Prabhupada's instructions? Are we absorbing Prabhupada's Vani every day? Have you read all the books? How many of you have read all of Prabhupada's books? That's about 5 people. It's not a passing mark. How many have read the whole Bhagavatam? That's the same 5 people. Houston, we have a problem. Huh? There's work to do here. How many of you are Sankirtan devotees? That's about 7 people. Are you chanting Hare Krishna? Yeah? Then you're a Sankirtan devotee. You're doing Sankirtan, right? Huh? You see, that's our problem. Right now, we're thinking we're Andhras, Telugus, this, that, Kannada, Malayalam, blah, blah, blah. We're thinking we're engineers, we're men, women, Deshis, we're this caste, that job. No, we're none of that. That's all upadi. That's all packaging. We're Atma. We're pure spirit soul. And we can only feel happiness in practicing bhakti. So, there's some homework to do. If you're chanting Hare Krishna, you're working under the guidance of Guru and Gauranga to expand the Sankirtan movement. You're a Sankirtan devotee. What job, what degree, what economic stat, that's all a detail. Have you read Chaitanya Charitamrita? This is our textbook. You have kings like Prataparudra, and you have beggars. You have housewives, you have businessmen, you have doctors. You have everybody. And they're all engaging in Sankirtan together. It's beautiful, isn't it? Have you ever been to Puri? Have you ever been to Rath Yatra? You saw those different kirtan parties? It's amazing, right? That's bhav, right? You can do the same thing right here, right now. It's possible. It's possible. But we have to improve on our team dynamics. Right now, there's a ton of potential, but we haven't really harnessed it because everyone's living in their own little mind, in their own little prison. Have you noticed how you live mostly in your mind? What's your biggest challenge? What's your biggest distraction? Your mind, your phone, or your fear not to reach your full potential? Huh? Or for devotees, not to reach Krishna Prema. Where are you? Baba or Prema? Huh? Anyone? Baba? Prema? What about Anartha Nivritti? Huh? What about Sadhu Sangha? That's not a bad start, right? Huh? So, what else we got here? So all our acharyas were focused on books. They gave us books, they taught us the books, and they asked us to share this gift, this greatest gift, with the world. You want to be leaving behind something of substitute, something of substance, then get involved with this Sankirtan movement. Share books, and people will remember. I travel a lot, and every now and then somebody comes up to me and says, Prabhuji, do you remember me? I say, no, I don't remember you. Sorry, Sometimes I don't even remember my own name. Because if you travel too fast, sometimes you lose track of where you are. So they say, oh, you gave me a book, there in that airport or in that place. And he said, oh, very nice. Thank you. Maybe it was not me, but thanks anyway. So you want to do something that's actually to your eternal benefit. Right? Now you may think, I'm a little young. I'm not thinking about my legacy project. But legacy means something big. If you want to do something big, you got to start right now. Because big things don't happen overnight. Prabhupada met his Gurudev when he was early 20s. He just had a son. And he left on Jaladuta 43 years later. He spent 43 years, a lifetime, in preparation. How long have you prepared yourself? Oh yeah, you do a couple of all-nighters before exam, right? You stay up and you cram some data so you get a passing mark. That's not what we're talking about here. If you want to do something substantial, you have to invest time, energy, and resources. And that's what we're here for. You see, you have a lot of good adhikar, but you lack a little focus and the team dynamics. And team dynamics start with open communication. Like I'm talking pretty openly here, right? And for some of you, it might be a little aggressive. That's okay. It's expected because this is after breakfast, like people are in post-breakfast coma. All the blood is in the stomach and the mind is thinking about lunch. Maybe lunch will be better than breakfast. So slightly distracted. So I have to kind of draw you out of comfort zone. It's normal. It's normal. So what else we got here on the menu that we wanted to point out? So the focus in our parampara is empowerment, is passing on this legacy. Prabhupada treated every person who walked through the door as a future leader of the Hare Krishna movement. That's empowerment. I came when I was 15 years old. Nobody told me, you can't do this. You're a kid. They all said, yes, go ahead. Yes, do it. Go for it. And I was like, yeah, we can do this. But now you go to some places and people say, you can't stand here. You can't do this. Don't touch that. Don't say this. Can I breathe? And then people go away. They go somewhere else. So, yes, we can make people feel that this is the right place. This is the right activity. And then you help them. You train them. And all these rituals and all these externals, they will improve. They will improve. So, when you go on Sankirtan, what happens? First of all, you have to pray. You have to pray hard because you realize, I can't do this. This morning, I was at the airport. I got up at 2. I went to the airport at 3. And, you ever been taking the first flight in the morning? Security is not yet really awake, So it's long lines, and they don't care if people miss their flights. They couldn't care less, you know. So everything took a long time. And then I'm walking around, people are half asleep, and I'm trying to distribute a few books. And people say, no. Nice, but no. And I realize I can't do this. Have you had that realization? It's a good realization. I can't do this. But Krishna can. Krishna can do everything. So you start praying to Krishna and you say, Krishna, I need a miracle right now. Because I can't make this happen. And as soon as you start praying to Krishna, what happens? The magic happens. I have a man, he looks like a businessman. Turns out he's a professor of philosophy and Sanskrit at one of the universities in Pune. And he says, I love this. This is great what you're doing. And, you know, he takes books, the next one, and I have to board my flight, and I'm here. It happens like this. Sometimes nothing happens, and all of a sudden, boom, right? Right at the end. Big bump. You've noticed, right? Krishna, why is Krishna doing this to me? Because he loves me. Because he wants to draw out a little bit of more surrender, a little bit more love. Krishna likes tension. He likes suspense. If you want a boring life, don't go to the Jamuna, where Murlidhar is playing the flute. Don't. You want a boring life? Just go, be pious, do good, be good. Because Krishna does not do business. Krishna only does bhakti. You want to do business, you're dealing with Krishna's agents. You're not dealing with Krishna. So, how are we doing? I want to open up for questions pretty fast. So, the qualities that you acquire when you go on book distribution is humility. You got to be humble because there's no way around it. People will sometimes say things you don't like. They may ignore you. They may not act in the way that is so agreeable. And you just have to tolerate it. And that's a good quality. And then what else happens is that you acquire actually these good qualities. Titikshava, Karunika, Surida Sarvadehinam, Ajata Shatrava Shanta, Sarava Sadhubhushana. That you don't see friends and enemies. You don't see people as good, bad, and all that. But you just see their souls, their Atma, their Samadarshina. You see the potential in everyone, like Prabhupada. And you know what happened? Those people who walked through the door, who Prabhupada recognized, he saw their deficiency, but he chose to see their potential. And he fanned that potential, like Lord Nityananda. And if there was no spark of utsaha, if there was no spark of good quality, Lord Nityananda, he takes the spark and he puts it there and he fans it. Sometimes you have to jumpstart somebody's spiritual life because they're just too ignorant, too much covered. I had these boys in Mumbai. I was walking near Marine Drive and a bunch of youngsters, they were drunk and they were just cracking jokes. And they said, oh, juta, we cannot touch this. We were smoking and drinking. And I say, no, you can touch this. Catch. And I said, look, you're still alive. You can touch it. It's okay. It's fine. Sometimes people say, somebody died in my family. I can't touch this. I say, you can't touch this here. Okay, you just touched it. Okay, and you're smiling, so you're still alive. It's okay. Grandma will be happy. Haribo. So don't get conditioned by your smart background. You have to go beyond that. When the Britishers sent, who was going to Mayapur from the Britishers? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's time? It was a top person. They came to Mayapur. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he made a big reception. Yeah, what was his position? Viceroy or something? Big guy. So he had everything arranged for him. Someone had some meat prepared. But it did not get served, and somebody objected. Somebody questioned Saraswati Thakur on this. And he said, 100 lifetimes ago, I was thinking like you. But I have decided there is nothing I will not do to spread Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. And what happened after that visit? They built Bhaktisiddhanta Road, and they put a post office in Mayapur. 741313. They put Mayapur on the map. That's what happened. Why? Because they had a good experience. What is the success of our outreach? How do you measure success? The way you define success is what defines your success. How do you define success? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regs? What is your success? Our success in outreach is that the people that we meet, the only question in their mind is, how can I meet you again? Prabhuji, when are you coming next time? Huh? Sometimes, things are chaotic when you travel, and some places it's really chaotic and nothing happens. And then they ask, Prabhuji, when are you coming next time? I say never. How about never? How would never work for you? They say, can we plan your next visit? I say, you can, but, maybe in 10 years, we'll see. You get on the mercy list, So, we should follow our acharyas. Prabhupada saw the potential. He found the potential. And people, they spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. They were in their 20s. He sent people to Africa, to China, to Russia, to South America, to all the continents. And we have over 1,000 centers now. But here, Hyderabad, there's a lot of work to be done because we have to improve on our team dynamics. And that means communication, cooperation, and love and trust. We have great leaders, and I respect them, and I work with them, I serve them. That is why I'm here. Meeting you, that's a bonus. That's a bonus. My job is mainly working with leaders and helping them do their job. So, what else? Last point before we open up for questions. So, tips on Sankirtan. You got to get out the door, okay? Not too much planning. Just get out the door, okay? Just get out there and start talking to people. How hard is it? Not so difficult, right? You just start talking to people. Hi, how are you? Huh? You look at them. Hi. How are you? You okay? You good? Yeah? Everything fine? All right. I got something for you. This is for all the nice people. Huh? You ask them, what do you work? What do you study? Do people like to talk about themselves? You like to talk about yourself? No, not at all, right? Yeah, of course. Huh? Constantly talking. Give people a chance to talk. They will eat out of the palm of your hand. Yes, I'll take the book. You listen to me. Absolutely. What do you want? Huh? Simple. But if you're not interested in me, why should I be interested in you? And then put the book in their hand. Because if the book is in their hand, they will stay in their hand. If it's in your hand, it will stay in your hand. Those who don't want to touch the book, yeah, you try one more time. If not, move on. There's enough people. Go for the ripe fruits. Don't try to, go for the hard people. And then what can you say? You can say so many things. But time is short. People need to go to work. They got a bus to catch. They got bills to pay. So you have to keep it short. Sutra. They got the attention span of goldfish, 2 MB. Small capacity. So don't try to give them the whole thing. It doesn't work like that. Just give them enough that they get a taste. Okay? Just enough so they get a taste. So they want more. Can you do that? Absolutely, right? And then whether you do Gita contest or sponsor books or full sets or you do value education, you do home gatherings, you do kirtan, you do prasad, you do whatever you do. There's no limit. I was in Dallas, Texas, going shop to shop. I walk into a shop and it looks like I'm in India. There's pictures everywhere. There's a little shrine, a little altar, and there's a young gentleman, Ram Tulsi. And he's from Bangalore. He did Gurukul. And he's a Jyotish, so he does astrology for all the techiwalas. And I ask him, how's life? He says, too much work. It's too hard. So many problems. And so I say, yeah, I understand. So what you need is you need to give people books, because you can't talk all day. You get tired, right? I get tired. So you have to have books. Then you give them books, and then they will learn, and they won't ask you all the same questions. He said, yes, I need books. I need books. I said, how many books you need? He said, I need a lot of books. I have so many customers. They're driving me crazy. He said, how many books do you have? I said, I have my van outside, How many do you want? So I filled his whole table with books, Put a few hundred books there. And then you got to pay attention now. Then he opened a drawer and he asked, how much should I give? I say, look, this is like Gurukul, Seva. I give everything, you give everything. You and me, we're this. You, me, same. We're on the same team. You get it? This is Sambandha. Without Sambandha, there is no Abhideya or Prayojana. There has to be connection. You and me, we're the same. Okay? We're bhais, we're brothers here. Ami Bangla Bachar. Okay? So, you give whatever you like. He pulls out his drawer, he puts his hand in there, he takes out a stack of cash. He doesn't count, he just hands it to me. Almost 1 lakh rupees, like that, boom. Next year, I come back. I say, Ram Tulsi, how you doing? He says, good. It's going better. They like the books. Less talking, less mind, more bhakti. I like it. I don't need more books. I still have. I said, that's okay. I came here to give you a gift. I gave him full Bhagavatam, full CC. He said, how much? I said, hey, I give, you give. Pulls out the drawer, gives me a stack of cash. You want to know where Ram Tulsi live? I'm not going to tell you. Huh? They're out there. He's from here only, from this area. Thousands, lakhs of people like that. It's not about money. It's about Sambandha. They have to feel, you and me, we're in the same team. We're in the same boat. You're struggling, I'm struggling. Let's struggle together. Misery loves company, right? Otherwise, you're okay, I'm okay. What do you want? Okay, here, take a few bills, get lost. We're not doing fundraising. We're doing friend raising. If you have someone's heart, you also have his wallet. You also have his connections. You got everything. But if you only have a few bills, what do you have? Not much. It's not going to last. So you want to do bigger things? You don't just appeal to people's intelligence or people's minds. You have to be able to touch people's hearts. But that means my heart has to be in the right place. I have to be at Prabhupada's, at Krishna's lotus feet. I have to be deeply grounded in Guru Nishta, in Guru Seva, and in Vani Seva. Otherwise, if I'm just here, a fair weather devotee, okay, a little papa, a little punya, okay, I'm balancing my karmic spreadsheet to make sure I can get a little mukti maybe someday, a little ashirwad. Then, okay, you may get initiated one Sunday. Okay, you may get on some board, on some committee some Sunday. But that's not what it's about. It's not what it's about. What is it about? Krishna Prema. You want to be there when the magic is happening, when Krishna is transforming people's hearts, and you can see it. You can see them change from Bahirmukh to Antaranga to internal potency. That's the magic. Sometimes people say, no, I don't want it, and they walk away. And then they come back and they say, all right, I take it. Have you seen? I had a Christian couple. They were saying, yeah, Jesus this, that, why are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And I said, thank you, I love you too. God bless, have a wonderful day. And they walked away. After 5 minutes, they came back and they said, we're really sorry. We're idiots, We did not behave nice with you. We apologize. Please forgive us. I say, I forgive you, sure. But on the one condition, you got to take the book. So they took the book. I could not give a book to them. But Krishna's in their heart. Krishna can do the magic. Krishna Shakti Vinanahe Tara Pravartan. I didn't learn all this. I was into sports. I was 15 years old. But I had faith that these people are so generous that they can give me books, they can give me japa, they can give me prasad. I had 3 counselors. Atma Tattva, Raja Vidya, Goralila. I can call any time of the day or night with a list of questions and talk with them for 1 hour on the phone. No problem. Every phone call gets picked up. Every question gets answered. Hey, I'm with you guys. My only question was, how can I become like you? I want to be like these guys. So generous, so open-hearted, so kind. And then, you use your intelligence and you try to figure out how to get there. Huh? I went to boarding school in the Swiss Alps. Friend in class, because this question is going to happen, I know. How did you come to Krishna consciousness? So I'm just going to tell you briefly. Okay. So it's already questions answer session here. So he was drawing a picture of Prabhupada from the Gita, and I was drawing a Dalai Lama, and in arts class. So I asked him, who is this guy? What's his book? And he said, Bhagavad Gita. I said, can I see it? He said, no, I'll show it to you. You can't have it. I said, why not? He said, because it's mine, and you're not going to get it. What happens when you tell a 15-year-old you can't have it? Huh? What happens? Exactly, that's what happens. Huh? I want to get that book. And I'm still here. By Krishna's mercy, by the Vaishnav's mercy. Huh? So, you have the greatest gift. Golokera Premadana, Harinam Sankirtan. But right now, you're a little out of focus. Why? You're too familiar with it. You're too culturally conditioned. You see, I come from a different background. Not even Christian background. I was a sports guy. Super, super, super competitive. Huh? So, you lack in context. Have you seen your eyelid? No. Why have you not seen your eyelid? Because it's too close to you. You're so close to it. You lack perspective. So that's why sometimes you have to get out into the public, into the great unknown, and see how Kali Yuga is doing its job. And then you can appreciate bhakti more. Have you noticed how you appreciate bhakti? When you're having a hard day at the office and being out there struggling, Durgama, trying to get somewhere and do something. Huh? So you have so much wonderful opportunity. But right now, we're not so eager for it because we take it for granted. We think, Jamastami, marathon, we'll do a few books. Sankirtan is high sadhana. I know this question is going to come. How can I chant better rounds? How can I read more books? Huh? I read all of Prabhupada's books once a year. How do you do that? You just keep going. You develop your taste. You just don't want to do anything else. People say, why should I take another book? I already have so many that I have not read. Because this book will give you a sense of mission. And if you have a sense of mission, you will start reading books. You know you can wake up without an alarm clock? If you're excited to get up and to read and to chant, Paramatma will say, hey, Chief Jago, time to get up. Remember, you wanted to read, you wanted to chant. Now is your time. Because if you have kids, your sadhana happens before the kids wake up and when the kids go to sleep. In between, it's playtime. And you have to drive them around, Parents are the drivers. So, get up early, you read. And go to bed early, okay? In this way, you'll read all the books. And if you know that I need not just information, but I need taste, I need realization, so that when people meet me, they will be immediately convinced. They'll just say, wow, okay, I get it. All right, I take it. Huh? No argument, no discussion, no debate, nothing. They take one look at you and they will decide, I want to become like you or I want to be as far away from you as possible. It's not about having straight tilak or having new specs or, good, nice perfume or hairstyle or makeup. No. It's about your bhava. What is your bhava? Is it Achyuta bhava or is it Asura bhava? Huh? That's the question. That's the question. So, we're talking here to you because if you want to get something done, you have to work with busy people. Because the guy who's in the park sleeping, he get nothing done. He's not going anywhere. But busy people, they can get things done. Huh? And because you know people, you can build teams. And you can actually expand the Sankirtan movement. So that's why we're excited to be here. So thank you for showing up. 50% of your success is just showing up at the right place at the right time. you are at the right place at the right time. You want to know what the other 50% are? Utsaha. You have to be enthusiastic. What does it mean to be enthusiastic? Entheos. I know Latin, Sanskrit is not on the dictionary, but it means to be empowered or inspired or possessed by God. Would you like to be empowered by Krishna? Yes. Would you like to be empowered by Krishna? Yes. All right. Then take shelter of the Sankirtan movement. And through Guru Parampara, you will get as much empowerment and beyond your capacity. Right now, you may be a 2 watt, but your capacity can increase. Empowerment comes to the degree of our surrender. Krishna gave the whole world to the Pandavas in 18 days. Prabhupada said Krishna can give you the whole world, but you can't even manage your little pawn shop. You can't even manage your own little home. So why would Krishna give you more than what you can handle? So the more we surrender, the more Krishna will empower us. Simple formula, right? You can write that down. But because our memory is not so sharp, so we codified it, we put it in a book. PBD has published it. It only took 40 years. But hey, better late than never. And it's available. So we brought these little gifts for you. And my humble request to you is, please build teams. Because team wins and team sustains. We come and go, but the teams, they will stay. And this will be your legacy. I remember these 3 guys because they were team players. And I tell every one of my mentors, I'm a long-term investment. So keep investing. I'll try to give you back with dividends. I'll try to do something. And that's what is our token of gratitude, that whatever we have received, we cherish it and we share it with others. And whatever you appreciate, appreciates. That will increase. Any questions, comments, or reflections? So this is just working your spirit up. The marathon starts on the 15th. Today is the 9th. 9th, right? So we got less than a week. If you have to run a marathon in 1 week, are you going to get serious? Are you going to start exercising? Are you going to start stretching? Are you starting to prepare yourself mentally? Yes, you will. I can guarantee you 95% here can run a marathon if you prepare yourself properly. If you don't, and you just think, yeah, I'm just going to, you will feel it, right? So, preparation, you have to prepare. You remember the 4 laws of book distribution? First law, strong sadhana. Your sadhana has to be strong. Daily, good rounds. Reading Prabhupada's books. Number 2, get books. You can't distribute books that you don't have. Are you carrying books in your bags, in your cars, in your office? How many of you carry books with you? That's about 7 people. That's not a passing mark. Do you have books here in Hyderabad? They are available. Okay. So, you have to get books. Okay? Because people will look at you and they go like, you Hare Krishna, right? You got Bhagavad Gita, right? Do you have Bhagavad Gita for me? No? It's okay to feel stupid, but don't look stupid. Okay? So you have to carry Prabhupada's books. So when people look at you and they go, hey, you have something for me? Do you ever meet people like that? All the time, right? Then give them a book. And then number 3, the more you show, the more you sell. You have to put the books on display. You have to make them available. All right? So share the books. Put them in people's hands. And number 4, you have to organize. Because Hyderabad is a big city and you're leading busy lives. So organize. You have to be organized. Some people ask me, how can I do this? I say, whichever way. Half an hour a day, an hour a week, 1 day, a month, in whichever way. Something that you really like, you figure out how to do it. Have you noticed? You have noticed, right? Something that you like, you figure out how to do it. So get to like it by associating with devotees who are doing Sankirtan. Go out on traveling. Go out on chanting party. Go door to door. Team up with somebody who is doing book distribution. There's so many experts here. And again, charity starts at home. Make sure that every member has at least Bhagavatam, better full set in their home. Prabhupada stayed up every night and translated 6 pages. 2-3 hours he would translate. You know the saying? If you have 1 year time, you grow rice. If you have 10 years time, you grow coconuts. If you have 100 years time, you grow people. Prabhupada, his vision was 10,000 years. He stayed up every night to give us the law books for the next 10,000 years. We're not ready to sacrifice our beauty sleep. Huh? We need our sleep, right? Prabhupada sacrificed his sleep for us. He was busy managing during the day, and in the night, he would translate. And he took a couple of naps. So, this is our legacy. This is our tradition. You want to have high sadhana? Sankirtan is high sadhana. You go out there, you get serious about your rounds. You get serious about your reading. Because people are going to ask you questions. Huh? What is this Nishkam Karma Yoga? Huh? What is this banyan tree? Huh? What is this? What is that? It's like little kids, right? They start asking you questions. And you got to have some answers. You may say, okay, I don't know all these things, but it's there in the books. And there's some Prabhujis, some Madajis in the temple. They know. That's okay. That's honest. So you have to know how to direct people in the right places. So there's so many groups, so many gatherings that are happening here in the Hyderabad area. You can't take care of everybody, but you can connect people and you can follow up. So you have to have follow-up systems. You create systems of follow-up. And in this way, the whole thing can expand tremendously. Thank you for your kind attention. We have time for 1 or 2 questions, and then you can pick up books. So before you all walk out, grab some books. Maybe we can have a person with a box of books also at the door. Okay, questions? Yes.
Institution to bring about a change in the education system of India where we can make Bhagavad Gita mandatory as one subject in many schools and colleges.
Because it's a big thing, you know. Trying to change government, good luck.
Right now the government is favorable and...
other people have tried and have failed. So you have to find out where you can have impact. Trying to change government, trying to change educational systems, it may take a little longer than you live. So, why not just start by giving people books? That's education.
We're trying to get into colleges and school and trying to distribute there.
Yeah.
And there are some people who are favorable who want it. Some principals have expressed that why can't we have this as one of the subject on a national level through CBSE syllabus?
You work with the willing. You work with the people who are favorable and don't bother about the others. Just there's enough prospect with the possibilities that we have. Again, a culture is preserved not through laws and legislations, but by role models, by good examples. So you focus on what you can do and don't start, getting worked up about what you cannot do, okay? You can do so much here. You have so much opportunity. I go to countries like China, like Russia. You can't go on the street like this. You can't talk about Krishna. You can't hand people literatures. You have to do all the other funny stuff. So you're blessed. You can just do Harinam Sankirtan and Hari Bol. So you're good. Okay, there's a few problems, but such is life, Krishna likes to keep the suspense. Thank you. So keep trying and work with the willing. And then through them, you will reach more people. Other questions?
Thank you.
All clear? Everybody's convinced? Yes.
I heard you for the first time and it was very convincing. I just want to ask you one thing, and that is, how come I have to overcome the fear of a loss of a near and dear one? How is it that I should overcome the fear?
How? You have to read Bhagavad Gita.
by reading the Bhagavad Gita, we have to concentrate at that time. Then, you have that fear lingering much more.
But why fear? Why should there be fear? Masu Chaha, Krishna says, nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. Huh? The soul is eternal. They have not died.
Okay.
They continue to live. They may not be here with us at the moment, but they're in the next place. So, like some people move to US. They're gone. They're not here. They're gone. But they're still there somewhere doing something. And we're happy that they're happy, right? Okay, we miss them, fine. But life goes on, right? So you can't get worked up about all that. We're here for a short time.
Yeah.
So you have to study Gita every day. Okay? And apply it. Sure. Otherwise your emotions take over and what about family? What about friends? What about job? What about country? What about the world? What if? And then you don't even want to get out of the house. You're too scared, too much fear. Oh, the sky may fall on my head. So don't get into fear mode. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Other questions? And pick up your copy on your way out. My friend is there. He's ready to give you your copy. Other questions? No questions. No questions means everything is clear or nothing is clear. Which one of the two is it? First one. Okay, sounds better. I'm just working an appetite here. Just working up my appetite because I already ate 1 dosa, big one, and 4 idlis, And after a flight, that's pretty solid start, So, and I'm just getting ready for breakfast. From breakfast for lunch. So I know how you feel. It's not easy being a Hare Krishna because we're going from festival to festival. We're going from Mangal party to Darshan party to, one party after the next. People out there, it's Friday night, maybe a little Saturday. Then, then shopping, then cleaning, then back to job, right? But in Krishna consciousness, every step is a dance. Every word is a song. The party goes on, nityam, all the time. Any comments, any reflections? Yes, sir.
Prabhuji, how to be humble?
Either you humble yourself or life will humble you. What do you prefer? Little pain now or much more pain later. So better you do the preemptive strike. You know the preemptive strike? You say, I'm a little guy. I'm Jivatma. I'm small. I'm insignificant. But I have a big mission. And that will connect you with Krishna. And then no one can touch you. But if you think I'm a big guy, then you'll get hit from all sides and you don't know where it's coming from. So Sankirtan is the school of life and it will teach you how to actually be humble. It doesn't mean that you have to be, oh Prabhuji. No, it's not a show, it's not external. Arjuna was humble and he was shooting arrows. That was his humility. He was fighting his teacher. He was fighting his grandfather. That was his humility because that was Krishna's plan. That was Krishna's desire. Okay? So no false humility.
How much important that humbleness is? I did not understand that how much important humble to grow up in sadhana.
But what does humility mean?
To feel gratitude.
Huh? What does it mean?
To leave everything and...
no, it doesn't mean to leave everything. Humility means I'm following Krishna's order. That's humility. I don't have my own agenda. I'm giving up my own plan making. I'm teaming up with Krishna. I'm done trying to push my own agenda. That's humility. Not giving up everything. Yeah, you can put everything on the curb. And what happens? You go back to the mall and you buy for better stuff, right? You're going to get new things. That's why Prahlad says, don't go to the Himalayas, don't go to the forests, go to the big cities. That's where it's happening. Naivad vijay paraduratya yavaitaranyas tadvirya gayana mahamrita magna chitta Chochetato vimukachetasa indriyartam maya sukayam baramudvahato vimudhan. Have you met a few vimudhas? Have you met a few big asses with big titles and big egos? Huh? That are chasing Maya Sukaya, Chapala Sukha? Huh? Very popular. So you go there and you help them and you remind them. That is humility. And you can do that through being bold, through being funny, through being humble, through being smart. Just befriending them. That is real humility. Not, oh, I've given up everything. It's not yours to give up. You never had it. If I say I give up this microphone, I give up this seat, it's not mine to give up. You understand? It's a mistaken idea. Nirmama. Nothing is mine. The only thing that I have is my cheta, is my consciousness. Where do I place my consciousness? Where do I place my attention? That's the only thing you can dedicate. You dedicate that to the service of Guru and Gauranga, and you will be a truly humble person. Okay? Thank you very much for your kind attention. Any words of wisdom? Any closing words? There will be more programs. This was just a warm-up, okay? It's just a warm-up here. There are going to be more sessions.
So Navina Prabhu traveled a long way to give time to us. Like when Guru comes to a place, we give dakshina. It's our culture, right? So we have to give dakshina from all of you. What dakshina you can give? You ready? Checks are ready? So the best way to please him is, distribute books, right? The marathon is coming. When is marathon starts?
6 days, 1 week.
Okay, just want to check they have memory. When is marathon starts? When it ends? Okay, how many books Iskcon Abits is doing? What's the goal? No one knows.
No one knows. Any
So-
goal, any target?
Do you think how many books we did last year, Iskcon Abits? Anybody can say? Okay. Last year, Abits did 1,20,000 books. Okay. This year, the goal is to do 1,50,000 books. You're all ready? Okay. Now the mic will come to all of you. You have to give your goal, personal goal. You ready? That's your dakshina. You ready? Who will tell your goal? How many books you will do? You will tell? How many books you will do in marathon? Who can say? Anybody can try?
There, in the back.
Yes, Prabhu, please. 108 books. Haribol, what's your name? Chakrapani Das Prabhu willing to do 108 books.
Haribol!
Nice. Who else can do books? 500. Haribol, 500 books. We still have to do 1,49,000 books. Who else have any goals here? Anybody like to say something? 500 books. Haribol. Is Venugopal Prabhu here? Please come. Here. Whatever Prabhu spoke is a trailer. The movie is in the book. I've read it few pages from whenever I got this book. In the whole marathon, you can read at least 2 pages per day and finish the book before the marathon ends. It gives a lot of inspiration. It gives conviction that what you are doing is right. Right? Every day we have to remind ourselves what we are doing. Right? So, who would want to participate in Prabhupada Marathon? This is a reference book, inspires you every day.
I would like to read you something. I was just in Vrindavan now for Yatra and Parikram. So, I distributed 1,000 of these books in 1 week. 1,000 in 1 week to devotees. And devotees are not easy customers, They're hard. They have all the excuses. They know all the tricks. The last book, I gave it to a devotee from Italy. And he said, I got fortunate today. I got the last copy. Hare Krishna, dear Prabhu. Your book is being deeply inspiring to me, giving me so much insight and happiness. Make me want to go out on books every moment. Halfway through the reading now, all exclamation marks. I feel so fortunate I got my copy. Hope to see you soon. What's most amazing is that I got my copy now just after I was suggested to start a book distribution party in Bologna. This is Italy. You heard of Bologna? It's the oldest university in the world, is Bologna. I seek your blessings, I can succeed. This is a verified purchase. You know, verified purchases on Amazon.
Haribol.
So, money back guarantee. If you don't like the book, you can go and see Vangshuli. He will give you full refund, right? Because he worked in Bay Area, so, you know, he has enough. Huh? So, you won't be disappointed, I guarantee you. And if you say, I don't like print books, there is free ebook inside. Download, you can scan the code, and you can gift the book to somebody who likes print copy. Okay? We have to attack the beast from all sides, you know? Digital books, printed books, movies, arts, drama, culinary, politics, in every sphere. So I'm really grateful to Shri Ram Prabhu and the team here, the leaders, that they have kept this place and developed this place in such a wonderful way that we don't have to worry about to keep the lights on, to do all these things. We can just go out and preach. You're very fortunate, actually. In most places, it's not like that. Devotees just have to do everything. Here, you can just focus and do something. So count your blessings. Don't take it for granted. So whether you do 5 books or 500 or 50,000 or 5 crores, you do according to your capacity. But remember, Krishna can increase your capacity. The first day I went out, I distributed 5 books. One lady took 3 books. My Sankirtan leader asked me, did you show her the set? I said, no. He said, tomorrow you go back. You show her the set. Next day, say, hi, you remember me? She said, yes. You were the guy from yesterday. I already have the books. I said, yes, but yesterday I did not have what I wanted to show you. Today I have it. Can I show you? She said, yes. So I put the books on the table and she bought it. She took the set. Haribol. Why? I had faith in the instructions of my authority. There was empowerment. I had faith in the instructions of my authority. So, over to my friends here.
Thank you, Prabhu. We have our Venugopal Prabhu, Sankirtan leader here, working very hard for many years. He made every marathon big. So we want to thank Venugopal Prabhu for all the arrangements and for his kind effort. Let's big Haribol to Venugopal Prabhuji. He is a local leader who is helping to distribute books. You're all getting books? Yes? By his hard work, he gets the books, organizes and gives them to all. So devotees can take the copies. There are only few copies left. Prabhu will personally sign for you. You know, we have few copies left there. You can grab here and get it signed.
Now is a good time.
Yes.
You know, if I would be able to buy the knowledge and the realizations that are in this book, I'll pay more than 1 crore. It took me 40 years to get there. So, it's a shortcut. If you like shortcuts, this is your chance.
Actually, this whole book printing happened in BBT. All the money goes to BBT. So, Prabhu just gave all the rights to BBT from his book. So, he is actually doing service to the community by writing these books. Everyone take the book. It's a discounted today. It's coming only for 250 rupees. Make sure everyone gets the books. Give it a hand. Everyone give it to the hand.